Forest, right?
Hmm.
So I believe it's going to be a very big task for Angie getting this team mentally into the level, because I believe those players have some had they were emotionally,
Attached to
you
Nuno.
know, attached to Nuno, and Nuno leaving, the morale dropped significantly. So it is a team struggling to bring back their morale into the game, and the Angie has to.
Watch Friendship TV right now.
And yeah, the last part of the show, a run of a few games, Liverpool in Leeds lost at home to Tottenham. Villa got their second win of the season and they won 2-1 to Burnley. Yeah, one of the strikers that annoyed me, that frustrated me so much in EPL, Marlin, the striker for Villa, he got 2 goals in that game. And obviously, Everton, I don't know how they did it. This man, the man that I respect so much, David Moyes, very underrated. They came from behind to hand Crystal Palace their first loss of the season. Now every team in EPL has lost one game or more. They beat Crystal Palace, who wasted so many chances to wrap up this game, the first half and earlier in the second half. Somehow, Everton were resurgent and got their goal. Jack Grealish is getting the winning one. Another story out there that is really very, very dear to me. I'm so happy to see Jack Grealish, do what he's doing presently. I don't know if you guys want to touch base on that game. Everton winning, coming from behind to win Crystal Palace.
Yeah, it was a surprise, not entirely a surprise too, because I know, yes, Crystal Palace haven't lost a game in six
19
months,
games. 19
in
games.
19 games. Yes, so one would expect that there is such a strong form to overcome Everton, and they started well. Like you said, missed some really really good opportunities in the first half, and gave Everton a lifeline, and Everton took it with a wily old David Moyes in charge, and with the quality of players they have. They were able to. I was surprised really that they were able to overcome. When they equalized, I was like, okay, this is good for them. But for them to go ahead and win, is very encouraging. Very encouraging for Moyes, encouraging for the squad. I hope they kick on from there and continue to do well. For Crystal Palace, nothing to be ashamed of here. Their record is amazing. They are playing really good football. And on another day, they probably take their chances and, they win the game. So,
Yeah, just speaking about
a good surprise there.
Speaking about saying it's a chance for Arsenal to win the league. Crystal Palace, if they have won this game today, I think they're supposed to have been 2 points or 1 point behind Arsenal. So losing probably, was good for Arsenal. It looks like I think they have a breathing space up there on the table now. 3 points. Even if they lose their next game, they have a very good goal difference. They probably will still maintain their position in the table. So yeah, Crystal Palace losing maybe is I don't know. Did you watch that game? Grealish and this guy that I like so much too, this Everton number 10, Njaye, as well, was very, very instrumental to them winning this game today.
Yeah, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't watch that game, but I
Mm.
saw the result, and no, like I said in the last um
Five.
show that I was in, I
Yeah.
mentioned something about Moyes and Grealish, Grealish, rediscovering himself and being out of the pressure of performance at sea. Because I believe that's particularly what he wants. So he has a freer role, and that's what somebody like Moyes can give you, at that level. And it's that has been Moyes' club, for a long
Yeah,
time. So and
like
he's
I said last
he's
time, he said
back.
it's management in heaven.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I expect them. I wouldn't expect them to do anything serious.
But
it's always they
they'll
will
be in
always be
top
where they
10.
used to be.
Somehow they'll be in top 10, yeah.
Exactly.
And one thing Moyes has done too is to make everything good in the eye to watch as well. Under Sondage, it
Yeah,
was all about, muscling out results. But from nowhere, Moyes, with all the defensive solidity, he has also brought in that flair that they can put together, string together 5-6 passes around and generate goals that you can watch and stand up and celebrate. Then Newcastle also won another game today, beating Forest. And Postecoglou, who I remember when he was appointed, you had a conversation. He said he didn't really know how he's going to see that. He don't think it's really a bad appointment, so to say, because he never know where he. But I was very adamant that moving from Nuno, who is known to be a low block coach that strives on this defensive discipline and going forward, to all the way after doing preseason and buying players for Nuno, then you now go and switch to Ange Postecoglou, who for him, football is played in opponent's half and nothing concerns him with what happens in your own half of the pitch. I don't think Forest is going to come out of this one, if you ask me. I don't know what you guys think about that position right there.
Yeah, you want to go for that?
Yeah, Jude, go ahead first.
I wouldn't really want to analyze much on there because I know the circumstances that made Nuno to leave Forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it's going to be a very big task for Ange getting this team mentally into the level, because I believe those players they were emotionally
attached to Nuno.
Attached to Nuno, and Nuno leaving, the morale dropped significantly. So it is a team struggling to bring back their morale into the game, and the Ange has to do whatever he has to do, and quickly so, or else this will keep this is like a domino effect. It will just keep going and going, and then the season will just fizzle out.
I don't see him surviving.
Yeah, you're correct. I watched the first half today. It was competitive. The only person that's driving, actually, the only two people I would say that are driving Nottingham Forest now are Gibbs White and the Anderson, the wonderful midfielder Anderson that they have. There's just something. They are not the same Nottingham Forest at all. They are not the same. I don't see the same level of confidence. Especially from defense flowing onto the midfield and attack that they had. The likes of Murillo were on the bench. Ange is using new guys and all that. And then the recruitment. Omari Hutchinson, these guys that are cute on the ball, former Arsenal graduate, he hasn't gotten to a level where you can depend on him to drive a club like Nottingham Forest forward. Right. So I saw them bring him in today. He was largely ineffective. He couldn't really do anything with the ball. The likes of Hudson-Odoi were on the bench, and so they brought a bunch of Brazilian. Yeah, they brought a bunch of Brazilian boys that the EPL is not a league that has mercy on you. You better hit the ground running. Ego Jesus and the Brazilian center back and all those people that they bought. Nottingham Forest had cooked guys, Ola, and the rest of them that knew the league inside out, that really helped them move forward. But those guys are not there anymore. They're not being used. So, yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you're watching, like you mentioned, the first half, they kind of managed to do their high press, which Ange believes in. But the thing with that is he has players behind that press who are not comfortable being high up the pitch, because that's not how they have been playing. So once you manage to play past that press, the defensive line are all over the place because they're not comfortable playing far away from their goal. All the while under Nuno, those guys are always right in front of their goalkeeper, shielding that defense and releasing Elanga or, like you mentioned, Hudson-Odoi on a counter. Then they drop those crossballs for Chris Wood, who just knocks into the goal, and they are getting wins from there. To just move all of a sudden from there. And if Ange had come in earlier in the summer and probably maybe had preseason with them, I kind of tried to drill this into them, it would have been different. But the season has started. They have prepared for the season with that mentality. And all of a sudden, you just bring Ange, who's going to tell them, hey, I want you up the pitch. Is a very, very massive ask. And we'll see how that. For me, I don't think Ange is going to survive. But the only thing is that sometimes these club owners are very stubborn because they took another decision. They probably will want to stick with it and ride and die in it. And if they do, Nottingham Forest, after all the good work they did last season, probably will end up in relegation. Though another thing too is they're playing in Europe this season, which they're not used to. It's also stretching that squad and stretching the club as a whole. So we'll see how that pans out.